Hello everyone and welcome back to Football Manager 2021 and the second part of our beta series with Newcastle United, where in the last episode we did manage to beat Tottenham Hotspur by 4-1. 4 different goal scorers for us in that game as well, with our new signings getting involved, Edouard on the score sheet as well. We then followed that up after that episode with a 2-0 victory against Harrogate Town. If we go and view this match and just watch the goals here, you can see the first one, Alvarez, the new signing, involved as he put it across, keeper punched it out, came to Sean Longstaff, and an excellent strike from him from outside the box to make it 1-0. The second goal came from the forgotten man Joe Linton, ball put in and a Joe Linton header just finding the bottom corner for 2-0, so a good result there. Now there is a little bit of a glitch, so it doesn't always work when you try to view the match stats. If you press play, it takes you to your team selection, and then you kind of have to just play around with it a little bit until it gives you what you want. Let's see if this generates the match report. It looks like it is doing it. This is a bug that I'm going to have to report over on the SI forums. Obviously, if you guys come up against a bug, you need to do that as well. You see the commentary is going on the bottom left. We know we've scored, but for some reason it does not want to show us the pitch. But if we do that enough, eventually it glitches onto the actual pitch. So Fraser here with the ball in, it's cleared away. Hayden at the far post, at the edge of the box, finds Edouard into Sean Longstaff for yet another goal for Sean Longstaff. Edouard then makes it 2-0 with 15 minutes to go. We were under pressure at this point. It was a crucial goal. St. Maximin doing all the work and Edouard getting the reward at the end of it to make it 2-0. They did get a goal back. Obviously, Wilfred Zaha, always a threat, showed it here at the end, beat Dummett, got inside and then dinked it, just a cheeky little dink over the keeper for 2-1. We did also have a goal. Yannick Touré ruled out for offside. I don't know why it did that instead of showing us a goal. I need to click on the number, that would be why. But it was straight from the kickoff from Zaha's goal, Sean Longstaff to Isaac Hayden. He was tackled, but Longstaff, who's been probably our best player so far this season, found Touré. His effort blocked, but Kraft then puts the ball in, and after a little melee in the box and effort from Ryan Fraser as well, which apparently came off Touré, or Touré was in an offside position, either which way, led to the goal being ruled out. But that's a massive win away from home against Crystal Palace, who are a difficult team to go to, and also could be one of the teams further down the table that we might need to have a little scrap with. We then had a really difficult match in the Carabao Cup against Leeds. I don't know if this is going to let us just go straight into the pitch and see the highlights. Bit of a different background this time to what we've had to glitch out on before, but we can go straight in. So Fraser puts the ball in. Edouard's header led to a total melee in the 6-yard box, and it was finally put in. It says it's an own goal from Kiko Castillo, and I looked at it closely. It looked like an Edouard goal to me. I don't know if it's because Castillo got a hand to it, but we did then have a goal ruled out, I think, here. Sam Maximin through to Callum Wilson. He touched it in, and the flag went up against Callum Wilson, so it remained 1-0 at that point. The Leeds players surround the referee. Eventually VAR intervenes. That's quite frustrating. Can't just end the highlight when you want to. But we did eventually make it 2-0. Odsonne Edouard early in the second half. Fraser beats a defender, pulls it across, and Edouard, 2 bites at the cherry, gets the goal in the end for 2-0. Leeds then put on a very good comeback. Patrick Bamford with 2 goals in a matter of minutes to bring Leeds back into it. This screen not as intuitive as in previous years. It's something we'll need to feed back on. But Dallas playing the ball in. It was an excellent little dummy past Fraser, a great ball across, and Bamford clinical in that kind of area. And then he got his brace here. Alioski in behind Dummett, who was substituted immediately after being outpaced like that. And Bamford with a nice finish past Carl Darlow for 2-2. We had chances late on. Callum Wilson did score, allegedly. I don't know why it's listed that as a goal. So it's saying we scored three times in the game. Kika Sierra own goal, Edouard. This is a penalty shootout, that's why. So you can see in the penalty shootout, Wilson took the lead, Rodrigo got one, 5 missed penalties in a row, Joe Linton missed at the end as well. So Dallas's penalty won the day for Leeds as they managed to get through. An easy victory against Brighton. Nice 1-0 victory. And if we just load up this Callum Wilson goal, we dominated the game. We didn't really create as many chances as we normally do, but Callum Wilson taking the one that really mattered, and we shut Brighton out for the entire game. It was a great ball over the top, and a little dink from Callum Wilson over Matt Ryan just made it 1-0 for a comfortable victory. And then against Everton, this was a little bit of a frustrating game because we were the dominant team. We should have scored twice at least. Sean Longstaff again scoring for us. I think this was his 4th goal of the season already from central midfield. He's loving the formation that we're playing, and he made it 1-0 with another long range strike. Alvarez with the ball pulled it back, and Longstaff from the penalty spot on the volley beating the goalkeeper for 1-0. They then managed to get a goal back. Richarlison with probably the best goal I've seen in Football Manager's match engine so far, outside the box, dinking the keeper. It's just a beautiful goal, that one, to make it 1-1. We did have a chance late on. Almiron 1-1 with the keeper, but unable to finish. So if we just have a quick look at the transfer activity from what happened last time, you can see that we have brought in Fabian Delph on loan from Everton. 80% of his wages, I don't mind paying that. He adds a little bit of depth to central midfield. He's an experienced midfielder. I think it's a good bit of business just to get him in on loan. And some other players have left the club. So DeAndre Yedlin's gone to Burnley for 4 million. We've also had some players go out on loan. Matt Ritchie's gone on loan, and Achraf Lazar has also gone out on loan. But today we're in it for this match against Wolves. We do have another match. I think it's against Fulham after Wolves. No, West Ham after Wolves away from home. So a couple of pretty big games for us as we start to figure out if we're a team that's going to be near the top of the table or near the bottom of the table. But going out there today, we do have Wilson and Edouard up top. You'll notice that Edouard is already unhappy at the club, unhappy at my failure to strengthen the squad. I have no idea what he expected me to do. I think bringing in Edouard, Alvarez and Delph is pretty good business, but he apparently disagrees. But he's going to continue to play. I don't mind keeping an unhappy player at the club. Almiron and Saint-Maximin are going to play on the wings. Delph will make his debut in central midfield with Sean Longstaff, our absolute key player right now. Then it's Lewis, Dummett, Lascelles and Alvarez making up the back four. Dubravka also comes in for what I think is his first game of this season. So if we just go straight into this game, we'll see the team sheet for Wolves pop up. This is one of my favourite new screens in Football Manager. I love this team sheet. And you can see it's a very strong Wolves team, but one that I think, given how we've been doing lately, we can go and beat. So I'm still not quite sure the best way to go for this. I don't know why I went for hands in pockets. That's never a bit of body language you really want to be using. Saint-Maximin with a corner though, goes in nice and early. Sean Longstaff back to Saint-Maximin, edge of the area, puts it across, and Callum Wilson gets his second goal of the season very early on here. You'll also notice I've got the logos, I've got the names fixes all done already. I actually just copied across the face pack and logo pack that I've been using for the last couple of years. You can keep using the same packs you've used in previous years, and just move the files across into the new folders and it'll work all the same. But this is a wonderful start. You can see the expected goals already nearing 1 for us. Marcel put the ball in, Adama blocked off, and Saint-Maximin can counter now. There's a real opportunity here. He's got loads of space, Saint-Maximin. He cuts towards the centre, players in the middle, he's put it across, and Odsonne Edouard, the unhappy man, has managed to get the goal for 2-0 now against Wolves. Just 12 minutes on the clock. We're tearing Wolves apart. Saint-Maximin with a beautiful run from inside his own half, and the ball across the box. The defenders, the keeper, not doing their job, but Odsonne Edouard, despite being unhappy, continues to do his, and he's going to be a very dangerous striker this year. Longstaff with the ball, plays it over the top. Callum Wilson controls it beautifully. He's in on the keeper. Great tackle from Conor Cody, but ball across to Edouard, blocked. Saint-Maximin back in and cleared away by the Wolves defender. Lascelles there with a nice tactical foul, which he'll get a yellow card for, I'm sure. He actually didn't. He just got a little telling off for that. What a brilliant bit of defending. And Adama Traore. Lots of bluster, but no finish from Adama there as he hits it high and wide. But 20 minutes on the clock, we are absolutely in control of this game. We're currently projected to go second in the table as well, which is nice going. The team actually feels really well balanced, with a lot of players leaving and the sort of key strengthenings we've done in defence, midfield and up front. I'm very, very happy with this squad for a first window. And Longstaff has won the ball here. He's charging through the middle. He's gone for goal again. He's got a real taste for it now, Sean Longstaff, but not quite able to pull it off there. As the ball is played forward, Adama around the corner to Marcel. He plays it over to Jean Moutinho. Now Ruben Neves with space. Over to Ezgiao. No idea how you pronounce that. Lewis with a wonderful tackle. Ball played up forward and Edouard not able to get to it. Wilson doing the closing down, but they're able to play it around our high press. Beautiful interception by Alvarez. He cuts inside. Edouard can lay it off. Almiron through on goal. And he's just not clinical enough in this game, Almiron. He missed a chance to give us the 3 points against Everton, and he's missed a chance for a third goal here against Wolves. He really needs to improve his finishing if he's going to continue to play in the team. But Callum Wilson here back to Delph. Oh, he went for the little 1-2 through to Callum Wilson, but the run wasn't made, and it's just run straight through. But you can see in the stats at the top left, we're totally dominating this game against Wolves, and I don't think they've got an answer as Saint-Maximin plays it short to Longstaff. Back to Saint-Maximin, seconds to go before half time, to the byline. He's brought down in the box. That's a penalty. VAR will take a look at it, I'm sure, but if the referee's given it, I'd be surprised if they overturned it. The referee would have to go to the screen, but the penalty has been given, as the graphic tells us, and Callum Wilson from the spot does manage to get the goal. It's now 3-0 against Wolves in the first half, and surely there is no way back for them here. Absolutely torn apart by our clinical team, and it could have been more. Absolutely unbelievable stuff. You can see how far ahead we are in these expected goals. 2.78 to 0.53 in the first half. That is amazing. Let's go for the outstretched arms. We are happy boys. Let's keep going in this second half. See if we can get a few more goals as well. I'd love to get that goal difference up if we can. The players all look happy. There's smiling faces in every single position. Even Odsonne Edouard is happy. Almiron now no longer happy. I don't know what happened. I didn't give any feedback, so I don't know why they all changed. Maybe that was the half-time team talk right off, but we're going to make a change maybe after this corner. Jean Moutinho puts it in. Cleared away by Alvarez. Callum Wilson's going to chase after that, half-heartedly. The ball's sent back. Now Rui Patricio. Played forward. Ruben Neves. Brilliant player. Charges forward. Finds Raul Jimenez. And it's just wide. Going to need to take Almiron off here. And probably bring Joe Linton on down that left flank. 10 minutes or so to go. We're in a good position. I'd like to keep a clean sheet. We don't keep many clean sheets, so hopefully we can here. Just make another change. Fabian Delph also struggling for fitness out there, so we can bring on Matty Longstaff. He hasn't played much yet this season, but I think the two Longstaff brothers are going to be a key part of this Newcastle series. I have no intention of selling them anytime soon. And you can see that's a wonderful 3-0 victory. Pretty quiet second half, very little changing in the expected goals. Both teams seemingly just accepting the results. I'm going to point the finger at the team and tell them that they did a good job, because I think they did. And it actually puts us at the top of the table after 5 games. Who would have seen that coming? Absolutely brilliant stuff from the team to take us so far up. And if you're thinking about that 35 to 40 points total you need to avoid relegation, with 33 games left, we are only 20 to 30 points off our goal, so we're in a really, really good position to exceed expectations this year. And the real dream would be to get either Europa League or even potentially Champions League football this season. But what we'll do next is we'll go ahead to this West Ham United match away from home, and we'll see if we can get another victory to keep up that pressure of forcing us up towards the top of the table. So against West Ham United, not many changes to the team. The main one is that Saint-Maximin has been moved to the left flank. That allows Ryan Fraser to come in on the right flank, and Almiron is a casualty dropping to the bench. Almiron's not really impressed me so far this season, which is a real shame because he's one of my favourite players at Newcastle in real life. I'd like to get a little bit more out of him if we can, but the problem is we play with an inverted winger on the left flank, and it's not his natural position out there. We also don't use a central attacking midfielder, so he's a little bit of a casualty of the system, but generally the team are in a really good place for matching the system that we do use. And I know there were some eyebrows raised at Alvarez being played in the right wing back role, but he's probably the best right wing back we've got. Hayden and Kraft would be the next ones in there, but they're not as good as Alvarez. And Lascelles, Clark, other players that we've got in central defence are all really good in that role, so we may as well get the most out of the unit rather than the individual. But the team, otherwise the exact same one that got the 3-0 win. Matty Longstaff also coming into central midfield actually, I think, and struggling a little bit for fitness. That's why he's not been involved very much at the start of the season, but you can see the two Longstaffs playing together in the centre there. This is a West Ham team that looks to me like relegation, so I'm expecting us to get a win here, especially against David Moyes' team. I'd love to help get him sacked if we can, but I'm going to tell the team to go out there and pick up where they left off last time. Away from home, it's always difficult, but this tactic tends to do well regardless of where you are, and we've got a chance here. Sean Longstaff on the run, Edouard making a move in the middle, Craig Dawson manages to get the ball off Callum Wilson after a poor touch, but we've won it back from the goalkeeper's clearance and now through to the middle. Little 1-2s, but before it's worked out, Alvarez with so much space, he plays it into Callum Wilson, it's blocked, but Ryan Fraser is there to score his first goal for Newcastle United after joining us from Bournemouth, who were relegated last season, of course. Alvarez there had a lot of space, interesting to go on the left foot, kind of in-swinging low cross. Callum Wilson's effort blocked, but Fraser there to get the second touch. I think it's one thing we'll probably see tweaked in a future patch, is that a lot of goals are going in on the rebound, disproportionately so I would say. There's also not many one-on-ones being scored, which was the same thing that happened last season. Obviously very early in the game as Bowen drives through, and Dubravka showing why he's the number one goalkeeper with a good save. But you will notice little things that you find frustrating. I think they've introduced a new visual for dinking the ball over the goalkeeper. I've seen quite a few of those goals as well. So I wonder if there's just a little bit of tweaking and the variation of goals being scored that will come. Fornals with the ball in, cleared away Saint-Maximin with an ocean of space, the entire left side of the field as he drives at the defenders. Brought down, but Sean Longstaff keeps it going. He's got the ball and is forced to go back to Jamal Lewis. Now Matty Longstaff out to Fraser. Ball onto Alvarez. Similar position to the first assist, and it nearly ended up an own goal there, I think. Don't know if that was Diop that it came off, but it nearly beat Fabianski. And we're only 10 minutes into this game. Edouard now on the attack, finds Callum Wilson, and again the one-on-one does not lead to a goal, but we've got a corner which is cleared away by Diop out to Alvarez, and at the moment we're completely dominating this game, but we need to turn it into goals. A 1-0 advantage, as we saw against Everton, leaves you vulnerable to losing the points, and Edouard here plays it through, Wilson in on goal, but once more hitting it straight at Fabianski. Very tight angle there, always going to be difficult to get the goal, but we keep winning the ball from Fabianski's clearances. Now Longstaff forward, Wilson is in behind again, this time hits the post and Edouard hits it straight at Fabianski, but we are absolutely hammering on this West Ham door right now. Yarmolenko with the ball, plays it over the top, it's in behind for Rui Diaz, and Jamal Lewis with the tackle there. It's a good tackle, no penalty. Ball over the top seems to be our real weakness with this tactic at the moment. We might want to consider dropping to a deeper line, as Rui Diaz gets in behind again, and Dubravka with the save this time, but it looks like that one may well have been offside. We are being clinical at the moment. There are 5 shots, all 5 on target, but the saves from Lukas Fabianski are keeping us limited to the 1 goal advantage. But West Ham has shown they do have the ability to get in behind and cause us trouble. Lewis here with another long throw in towards Saint-Maximin, who brings it down, controls it, and it just blasts it over the top. Saint-Maximin not being blessed with a high finishing stat this year in Football Manager, which is a little bit unfair, I think. It's Rui Diaz gets in behind again. Another big tackle by Clark in the area. Diop trying to attack down the right flank, finds Kufal. Now Yarmolenko across to Noble, round the corner to Bowen, goes for goal, hits the woodwork, and unfortunately for him it doesn't quite manage to bounce over the line, but a little warning shot from this West Ham team. Alvarez with the long throw in towards Callum Wilson, but Fabianski able to take it. He then launches it forward. We've won the header, but Yarmolenko gets the loose ball and now runs down that right flank, beating the defenders, puts it across with a Rabona cross. I'm not sure you should be doing that when you're 1-0 down. And Fraser's stolen the ball from Masuaku, a player that I used to sign a lot in Football Manager. Oh, beautiful ball over the top. Callum Wilson in behind the defender. It's blocked off. He's still got it. He finds Sean Longstaff. Now Matty Longstaff. Blocked off again. Still going though. Saint Maximin tackled, and now Rui Diaz has spun Kieran Clark. Lascelles comes across. He's on a yellow card, needs to be careful, and it's just hit the post, I think, or Dubravka, and it's been cleared away by the defenders. But I think we just need to demand a little bit more from the team, because West Ham are finding their way back into this game. We do have the advantage going in at half time, but we've been pretty flat since the goal, really. We had this little spike where we had a flurry of chances, but it has been flat since then. You can see West Ham has started to come back into it in the expected goals. I do love this expected goals feature. Obviously, it's not always going to be true. I'm going to tell the team I'm happy with how it's going, because I gave them a little bit of a telling off just before half time, so we don't need to compound that and knock the spirits out of them when they are winning away from home. But we just need to switch on a little more, because West Ham have shown that they can get back into this game. Now Ryan Fraser just struggling for fitness. Who do we have we can bring on the right flank? I think we'll bring Vilka on. I'm quite enjoying bringing the youngsters on early into a save. It's not something I ordinarily do. Matty Longstaff also struggling in midfield. We could probably take him off and bring on Fabian Delph into the middle, and that just keeps the team nice and fresh. We're also going to swap to that cautious mentality as Fabianski launches it forward. We do tend to score around this point. Edouard plays it out wide to Vilka. He's just trying to beat Noble. He's put it in, and Callum Wilson. I said we do tend to score around the 75th minute mark, and Vilka getting the assist as well. Callum Wilson matching Edouard, I think, on 4 goals for the season, matching Sean Longstaff on 4 goals for the season. And that's a great finish past Ogbonna. Ogbonna and Diop between them not able to sort themselves out and cover the striker. And Diop there nearly making up for it with a flashing header. Nearly getting inside that far post. But Dubravka, fortunate enough to see it go past. He's still hoping that he'll keep a clean sheet. Edouard with a free kick off the crossbar. But Kieran Clark following up makes it 3-0 for the second game in a row. We're going to switch to a slightly more defensive approach, also take off the other Longstaff brother, and we can bring on Isaac Hayden there. But Kieran Clark, excellent anticipation after the ball hit the crossbar, coming in and getting the finish. And 5 minutes to go, this will be another enormous victory for us in our season. Lascelles forward to Hayden, round the corner to Alvarez. He's got Wilson and Edouard up ahead of him as he plays it over to Hayden, out wide to Vilka. Can we make it 4? It's Alvarez. Ball blocked off and Ogbonna clears it. They've got a lot of players forward, West Ham. They haven't given up yet. And Masuaku with space to run into. Denied by Dubravka. I thought Dubravka was a little bit too far over there. There seemed to be a lot of space to aim at on that right side. But he managed to get across to a well-struck ball and stop it going into that space. So good work by Dubravka, and the full-time whistle does eventually go in a massive victory for us. Look at that spike in the second half. The team are playing absolutely fantastic. They're going to have high confidence. We're playing Aston Villa next, which is a great opportunity, but we remain at the top of the league table. We also have the best goal difference in the league, so we do seem to be tearing apart everybody we come up against. We've even beaten Spurs 4-1. So overall, we're having a great start to the league campaign. Next time, I might pick up against the Southampton Man United matches. I would do the Chelsea-Liverpool one, but I'd expect us to probably lose those 2 games. And I'd like to make a little bit more progress through the league season as well. So possibly Southampton and Manchester United, and then we're getting into FA Cup territory, which should be quite fun this season. I don't know why it's letting us run so far down. But do drop a like on the video if you're enjoying the new game and the new series. Make sure to subscribe down below. Oh, and by the way, I did do a giveaway yesterday in the comments section. I thought I'd leave it to the true fans who do go down and leave comments to win this prize. I will put in the comments the name of the winner. I'll also message them on the YouTube channel down below if you missed it. So until next time, see ya.